My February challenge of 12,000 daily steps is over. We're going to talk about it as well as a health scare. Day 1. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4. Day 5. How I get some of my steps in is taking care of our chickens 2 to 3 times a day. I come in every morning and, ooh, I forgot to bring the basket. We have 2 hen houses, and we probably have about 30 hens. Oh no, I take that back. I think we have like 5 roosters, so we have about 25 chickens. Oh geez, I'm gonna have to be careful how I walk so I don't bust any of the eggs. I forgot to bring down the basket. Oh, wow. It's a pretty good distance from the house. And like I said, I walk down here 2, sometimes 3 times a day. I had my doubts, but I made it. Day 6. Day 7, 1 week down. Day 8. Day 9. Day 10. Day 11. Day 12. Day 13. Day 14. Oh my goodness. Finally! Can you see that? It's been such a long day. Day 17. Day 18. Day 19. Day 20. I only have 88 steps. I forgot to put it on this morning. Oh my goodness. We are actually going to go look at another treadmill because mine is about ready to die. When I go shopping, I park as far away from the entrance as I can to get in extra steps. Still getting in my steps. Day 21. Day 22, and I just reached my 12,000 steps. Day 23. Day 24. I need to get in some steps this morning, so I am in town to get my hair cut. It desperately needs it. And I also have to go to the post office to drop off some packages. I have a couple pieces of clothing that I need to exchange at the thrift store, and I also want to go to the bank and the store to pick up something to drink because I left mine at home. So that's how I am going to get in some of my steps today. Day 25. Day 26. Day 27. Last day, day 28. Okay, I wanted to clear up the last day of the challenge. On my pedometer, it said I walked 10,500 steps. I forgot to put my pedometer on when I first got up that morning, and it was a couple hours later that I remembered to put it on. Fortunately, I was wearing my Apple Watch at the time, so I was able to still track steps. But since I wear my Apple Watch on my dominant wrist, those steps are not very accurate. I would say probably about 35% of those steps are me just like moving my hand or my arm, uh, because anytime I move my arm, it counts it as a step. So when I take off that 35%, and add it to my 10,500 steps, I got in around 14,500 steps for that day. Now, I consider myself a moderately active person, I guess. I mean, we live in a house that has 3 floors. I'm constantly upstairs, I'm constantly downstairs. My daily step count usually averages around, I would say, 5 to 6,000 per day. And that depends on how much I'm cleaning too. So when I was deciding on the number of steps I wanted to take per day for this challenge, I decided to kind of like double it. So that's how I came up with 12,000 steps. But truth be told, I really didn't find 12,000 steps to be that difficult to reach. I mean, really, all I had to do in the evenings, if I was like, running low on steps, was to go downstairs, hop on my little walking pad, which now I have a walking pad instead of a treadmill, and walk for 45 minutes to an hour while I'm watching something on YouTube, or getting in some reading, or even doing some work. And also, on the video, you saw that I missed day 16. I was having a senior moment. I forgot to make a tiny video of my steps. I did get them in. Trust me, I did get them in. I really liked doing this challenge. Actually, I really loved it. I liked it so much that I am going to carry it on through March. I'm just going to drop my step count down to 10,000. Oh my gosh, the health scare. Well, if you've watched past video, my January challenge, you know that I had to have a hernia surgery. And it was located in my abdomen area. Well, actually, it was a double hernia. After they just realized it was double hernia once they got in and saw that it was a double and not a single. But right where my hernia was bulging, which was right alongside my incision from my partial bowel resection surgery that I had a couple years ago, and right below my belly button, that's where my hernia was. That's where I found a lump. I didn't know what it was. And my husband thought maybe it might be scar tissue, but it really did not feel like scar tissue, because it was like a walnut size lump. And I didn't do anything about it for like 3-4 days, and I don't know, it was bugging me, and so I decided to call my primary care doctor and set up an appointment so he can like look at it and give me possible ideas of what it might be. So I called on Monday. They got me in on Tuesday. He gave me a couple ideas of what it might be. He said that it could be my hernia coming back, which I was not really excited to hear. He also said that it could be a cyst. Now, cysts can be benign or cysts can be malignant. I chose to treat it as it being a worst case scenario. I had to set up an ultrasound, but it wasn't, I wasn't going to be able to get it until the following Monday. And so I decided, like I said, to treat it as a worst case scenario. And if it was malignant, a malignant cyst, I was going to starve that sucker out. So I decided that I broke my fast. I did a 42-hour fast, went right into a pretty strict ketogenic diet. No sugar whatsoever. No sugar. And so for a week, that's how I ate. And I was also fasting for 20 hours. So I decided I would fast for 20 hours, eat a really strict keto diet for that week before my ultrasound. I got my ultrasound and it's not too serious. So I was pretty happy about that. It turns out I have a hematoma. Now, they can get serious if they start to bleed excessively and infection forms inside my abdomen. I was just having very slight pain at the time, more like a soreness when I sat down or when I turned over on my side at night. I wasn't having any excessive soreness. And by time I went to get the ultrasound, the hematoma had actually shrunk. It was about the size of a walnut when I first discovered it, but now, according to the technician, it was probably the size of a quarter. So it is shrinking, but it'll probably take like, a couple more weeks for my body to completely, for it to completely dissolve. So yeah, that was my kind of health scare. So when I was deciding on what I was going to do for March, I just decided to carry over what I was just doing the week before I found out, it was just a hematoma. I'm going to, for my March challenge, I'm going to fast for 20 hours each day, and I'm going to follow a ketogenic diet. It's not going to be as strict as it was. I am going to allow myself some sugars, a little bit of sugar, but not a whole lot. I want to stay probably around 30 grams of carbs. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to enjoy this snow. So I'm going to have a wonderful day, but I hope you also have a wonderful day. And until next time, bye.